Yes, this is 1 in 3 GB News presenters cast doubt on climate science study reveals.
Who was it? Come on, which one of you was it?
And then we've had this hilarious tweet from Caroline Lucas, obviously the Green MP, saying, now more than ever, people deserve trustworthy and accurate news from our media. This truly toxic misinformation on GB News is not it. And then links to an article in The Guardian. I mean, toxic misinformation. So it's absolutely ridiculous.
Newsflash, folks, the planet's on fire. Did you not get the memo?
The climate emergency or non-emergency. Is there a climate emergency, Andrew Bridgen, MP?
There is no climate emergency.
I would hate to be a child today. You're told that you're in the wrong body. You're told that the world is either going to burst into a bowl of flames or you're going to drown to death. And Mayor Khan laughs and pushes it out onto his social media channels. I think it's a damn disgrace. Nearly 1 in 5 children, this is according to BBC Newsround, have had a nightmare about climate change, terrified that they're going to die. That's their kids, your kids. And Sadiq Khan is happy to push this nonsense.
And this climate hysteria is scientifically debatable and deeply counterproductive. Young people have been brainwashed at school and at university and via mainstream media to think that Armageddon is around the corner.
How is Just Stop Oil not a death cult? They indoctrinate young people with their climate crisis propaganda, pushing the narrative of a climate emergency with dire consequences if we do not act immediately.
But forgive me for raising an eyebrow at the media hysteria around what is proving to simply be a very hot summer in a few places. But the usual suspects, the climate grifters, can't resist rolling out those ludicrous red maps, which are making me see red.
It's increasingly getting to the point where if the powers that be want us to be frightened of something, I take that as the signal to have no fear. It's a very tired playbook that they keep working from. All the time we're supposed to be terrified. It's absolutely ridiculous, the way that they're pushing the climate terror. When did we get to the point where every weather map through the summer is in shades of red and black? I know. To create this illusion, they're turning the planet into what looks like an overcooked pizza. Blistering in black and bubbling as though the place is melting, and it's blatant and patent nonsense.
Is that we ignore this at our peril.
But I mean, so I mean, do you remember the summer before this one? I mean, that wasn't so great, was it? And obviously, the way it is
extraordinarily unlikely for us to be this stable for 10,000 years.
Well, listen, John, I'm running out of time.
And if we go out of
John, I'm running out of time. I could talk to you about this forever. We would never agree. But it's really, really good to talk to you.
Disagree. We're both
I do
in
disagree.
that situation. It's whether you accept that we can be pushed out of this.
I think that the Earth itself could find its own balance. And I suspect that what we could do
it's whether humans can live in that new balance. That's my concern.
But maybe we're not meant to.
On a serious note, folks, by early next week, you can scrap 20 degrees. It could well be 40 degrees. I think there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of excess deaths early next week. The charts that I can see in front of me are frightening. So we all like nice weather, but this will not be nice weather. This will be potentially lethal weather for a couple of days. It'll be brief, but it'll be brutal. So
John,
we can.
So John, I want us to be happy about the weather and every single. I don't know whether something's happened to meteorologists to make you all a little bit fatalistic and harbingers of doom, because all of the broadcasts, particularly on the BBC, every time I've turned on, anyone's talking about the weather, they're saying that there's going to be tons of fatalities. But haven't we always had hot weather, John? I mean, wasn't the summer of 76, that was as hot as this, wasn't it?
No.
The same with the floods in northern Italy, same with the 40-degree heat wave here, where 1,700 people died in 2 days.
What here? Did you say?
Yes, last summer in 40 degrees.
How many people did you say died? We just had a few sound issues there. In the UK, you're attributing how many deaths to climate change over a couple of days?
During our 40-degree heat wave last summer, 1,700 people died.
Where did you get that figure from?
Well,
where did you get that figure from?
Widely reported, and I think
Where
it's
did
even
you
from the
get it
government's
from?
own
Widely
report.
reported. What respected body did you get that figure from?
I think that's from the government's own reports, but if we want to talk about this, the UN...
Alex, sorry, you can't come on and say, I think. You're making a very serious claim. You have to tell us where you get that information from. So let's try again.
UN,
where did you get it from?
The UN has said that 4 million people have died as a result.
No, we're talking about what you said about Britain. You said 1,400 and so died over 2 days. So where did you get that?
Right, if you want to play that game, let me Google it. I'll find it in 2 seconds.
We haven't got time for you to Google it, but just explain to me, Alex. But just explain. So those people, those British people, you're saying dropped dead because our climate emergency is such. What do they die from? What did they actually die from that was related to the heat in 2 days?
So that figure was from the World Health Organization, which I hope you can agree is a respected body.
I don't actually.
They died.
I don't. I think the World Health Organization has absolutely baked in profit motives and control motives to want us to believe all of this. But but we all want British people to live a good, healthy life. We don't want 1,700 people dropping dead over 2 days.
Where did they get it from?
Why did the...
That we are another mile on the highway to climate hell. Lewis is laughing.
Was that written in The Guardian?
Yeah, it must be true.
Hell Supreme.
As usual, the current situation was described as a global crisis.
Oh, another one.
And it seems from his words that we'll be wiped out very soon if we don't take immediate action.
Fair point.
Maybe they go for him first.
And the environmentalists are still not happy. I mean, what's going on? I sort of have this vision that Greta Thunberg and her friends will not be happy until the entirety of humanity is back living in caves, dying at the age of 35 and eating moss. That's what the people outside this hall want society to look like. There's no other explanation.
In the Mediterranean.
Oh yeah, but Stanley, you're not going to scare me about a bit of 40 degree. I'd love to be in 40 degrees Spain right now. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not allowed to say the word insane because that's not allowed to do that. Doomsday cultist, ideological loon bag. Paul, I'd also take the mother's word ahead of the, the ones with the wrists that they can't hold straight. The people who eat the wheatgrass.
Yes.
I'm afraid it does sound like exaggeration. I've never heard of
it. Exaggeration to say that people die in fires.
I've never heard of anybody boiling in their own sweat. What, boiling to death?
If there's a wildfire, people die from it. If there's a flood, people die from it. If there's a hurricane, people die.
For before you die?
This shouldn't be so funny. Listen, what we're finding...
People are dying and you're literally laughing.
No, well, because it's making silly claims. Boiling to death.
Listen, provide air conditioning.
Do you think you boil to death as long as you boil an egg?
But,
I'm sorry, Alex, I think you're bringing... I think you need to, if you don't mind me saying, Alex, I think you need to grow up a bit, actually, because this is ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Alex,
okay, well, I appreciate your opinion, but literally 10 million people could not leave their home in New York for several days
and now people are boiling to death in their sweat. They're boiling to death. Perhaps they should put more deodorant on.
Alex, I can't. I'm sorry. You're losing the room, mate.
It's not an opinion to say that the climate crisis is killing people. I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
Alex, why a jigsaw? I don't think I've ever seen a jigsaw gaily distributed around a tennis lawn in a high-profile climate change protest captured on TV. What a waste of a jigsaw. It was a waste of a jigsaw.
Do you at least agree that when there are wildfires and there's floods and there's droughts, it's harder to grow crops? That means we're going to have more food insecurity over the next...
to death in my sweat. Alex, we're going to have to let you go because we're running late to the headlines. Alex, thanks for coming.
We've got to go to the news. Alex, thank you so much for joining.
sia il fiume, un fiume che
che scorre.
Ragazzi, guardate un po'! Guardate un po', ragazzi! Volano via i coppi! Oddio, Dio, Dio!
You're laughing.
We've got to go to the